Let me ask you something right now. Where are you in your financial journey? Are you in control of your money, or is it controlling you? Are you waking up every day, motivated, with a plan, and seeing tangible results, or are you stuck in a loop where money feels like a problem that's just never solved? Financial success is not a wish. It's not something you hope to achieve someday. It is a clear, focused, and relentless pursuit. And let me be blunt here, if you haven't set concrete financial milestones for yourself, you are not in the driver's seat of your life. You're a passenger, going wherever the road, or the world's chaos, takes you. Today, we're going to dive deep into the most important financial milestones you must achieve in your life. These milestones are not suggestions. They are the building blocks of your financial foundation, your success, your future. If you don't hit them, you are leaving your future to chance, and let's face it, chance rarely delivers success. If you're tired of feeling like your money is out of your control, or if you've had enough of scraping by, it's time to get aggressive about your financial goals. Because if you don't control your money will control you. Let's start with the basics. The emergency fund. You've probably heard this term thrown around a lot, but let's get one thing straight. Most people hear it and ignore it. They brush it off as something that they'll get to later. Let me tell you right now, if you don't have an emergency fund, you are one crisis away from disaster. One unexpected expense away from falling into a pit that could take you years to climb out of. So why is an emergency fund the foundation of all financial milestones? Because life is unpredictable, and chaos is guaranteed. It's not a matter of if something will go wrong, it's when. The job market fluctuates. Health issues strike without warning. Your car will break down. Your home will need repairs. If you think you can handle life's surprises without a financial cushion, you're fooling yourself. But an emergency fund isn't just about covering the unexpected. It's about giving you something far more valuable, freedom. When you have an emergency fund, you have the freedom to make decisions from a place of strength, not fear. You don't have to take the first job that comes along because you're desperate for a paycheck. You don't have to dig yourself into debt when something goes wrong. How much should you save? Standard advice says 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but let me push you harder, aim for a year's worth. Yes, a full year of living expenses. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely. When you know you can survive for a year without any income, you're free. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. To build this, you have to be ruthless. Every dollar you save brings you closer to that safety net. Cut out the excess. Delay the gratification. Funnel every spare cent into that fund. This is your financial fortress. And until it's built, you're exposed. Debt is the silent thief that steals your future. You may not feel its weight every day, but let me assure you, it's there, and it's dragging you down. Let's talk about this clearly. Debt is slavery, plain and simple. As long as you owe someone else money, you don't own your future. They do. Whether it's credit card debt, student loans, or car payments, every dollar of debt represents a chunk of your future income that's already spoken for. And every month you keep paying those interest rates, you're losing ground. The worst offenders are credit cards. High interest debt is the quickest way to financial ruin, and yet millions of people treat it casually. Here's a harsh truth. If you're carrying credit card debt, you're paying a premium on everything you've purchased, sometimes twice or 3 times over, by the time the interest is factored in. That's not convenience, that's financial destruction in slow motion. The solution? Aggressively attack your debt. I'm not talking about paying the minimum balance and hoping it goes away. I'm talking about treating your debt like the enemy it is and crushing it. Line up your debts in order of highest interest rates to lowest. Pay off the highest one with a vengeance, then move down the list. Yes, it will take sacrifice. Yes, it will take time. But let me tell you this, the day you make your last debt payment, you will feel a weight lift off you that you didn't even realize was there. The freedom that comes from being debt-free is indescribable. And once your debt is gone, you can finally start building wealth, instead of watching it slip away into someone else's pocket. Retirement may seem far off, but here's the catch, the earlier you start, the easier it is to reach your retirement goals. You know why? Because compound interest is the most powerful force in wealth building. The longer your money is working for you, the more it grows, and the easier your financial future becomes. If you're not contributing to a 401k, an IRA, or a Roth IRA if you live in the United States, you're making a huge mistake. These are the tools that give you a tax advantage and a clear path to long-term wealth. But don't just settle for contributing the minimum. Push yourself to contribute the maximum allowed by law. Yes, it might sting a bit right now. You might feel like you're giving up spending money today. But in reality, you're securing your future. You will need to find something similar in the country where you live. Think about this: the money you invest today will double, triple, even quadruple over time. It's not magic, it's math. Compound interest takes what you've invested and grows it exponentially, especially when you give it decades to work. Don't let short-term discomfort keep you from long-term security. Retirement isn't just about quitting your job one day, it's about having the financial freedom to live on your terms. And remember, if your employer offers a match on your 401k contributions, that's free money. Not taking advantage of that is like walking past a pile of cash every day without picking it up. Don't leave money on the table. But don't stop at your employer's match. Max out your contributions. The IRS limits may seem high, but the more you put in now, the less you'll need to worry about in the future. And here's the kicker: the earlier you start, the less you actually have to save, because compound interest will do the heavy lifting for you. Let me tell you something critical: relying on one source of income is a recipe for disaster. One paycheck, one job, one business, if that dries up, so does your financial stability. The key to real financial freedom is creating multiple streams of income. This is how you protect yourself from uncertainty and how you accelerate your wealth building. How do you do this? By investing in assets that generate income. Stocks that pay dividends, rental properties, side businesses, and even intellectual property like books or online courses. These streams of income start small, but as they grow, they provide you with financial security and options. Options are freedom. Think about it this way: what if your investments and side income could cover your monthly living expenses? What if your basic needs were taken care of, and your paycheck became extra? That's the level of financial freedom we're aiming for here. But again, it takes time, effort, and strategy. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start small. Take that first step. Invest in a dividend-paying stock, start a side hustle, explore rental properties, whatever suits your interests and abilities. The key is diversification. The more streams of income you have, the less you're reliant on any one source. This is how you build a financial fortress. And remember, passive income is the ultimate goal. This is money that comes in whether you're working or not. It's the key to financial independence. But it doesn't happen overnight. You have to plant the seeds today so they can grow into something significant over time. Now, let's talk about the final, and possibly the most important, milestone: generational wealth. This isn't just about you anymore. This is about your legacy. It's about building wealth that lasts long after you're gone, wealth that can transform not just your life, but the lives of your children, grandchildren, and beyond. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, hoping to retire comfortably. But what if you aimed higher? What if your goal was to build a financial empire that would support not just you, but your entire family for generations to come? Generational wealth is not just a dream, it's achievable. It's built through strategic investments, businesses, real estate, and proper financial planning. But it also requires something many people overlook: financial education. You need to teach your children how to manage money, how to invest, how to avoid debt, and how to build wealth themselves. That's how you create a lasting legacy. Trusts, wills, and estate planning are key components of this milestone. You need to ensure that your wealth is passed down properly, without being eaten up by taxes or legal fees. This is where professional advice comes in. Don't try to navigate this alone. Get the right financial and legal counsel to make sure your hard-earned wealth is protected and distributed according to your wishes. Building generational wealth isn't just about money, it's about changing the trajectory of your family's future. Imagine your children starting their lives with financial security, knowing they can focus on their passions and dreams, rather than struggling to make ends meet. That's the power of generational wealth. Let me leave you with this: financial freedom is not a fantasy. It's not something only the rich or lucky achieve. It's a series of deliberate actions, tough choices, and relentless discipline. The milestones we've discussed today are your blueprint. They are your path to financial independence. But here's the harsh truth: none of this will matter if you don't take action. You can listen to advice, read all the books, and nod your head in agreement, but unless you do something, nothing will change. Your financial future is entirely in your hands. No one is going to do this for you. You have to be the one to make the sacrifices, to put in the work, to fight for your freedom. So, I ask you one more time, where do you stand today in your financial journey? Are you ready to take control? Are you ready to hit these milestones, to fight for your financial freedom, and to build a life that isn't just comfortable, but abundant? If the answer is yes, then it's time to act. Start now. Build that emergency fund. Eliminate that debt. Maximize those retirement contributions. Diversify those income streams. And most importantly, build that generational wealth that will transform your family's future. Your financial freedom isn't a dream, it's a necessity. And you deserve it. Now, go get it.